ready to go. Good afternoon, everybody. It's Sunday, and this is the Dr. John Hosh house that was built in 1911. It's in downtown, well, Old Town Redmond, and right across the street is the original Catholic Church. It's at 511 Southwest 12th Street. It just came on the market. I've been driving by this house for 30 years, wondering what it's looked like. I've always loved the old style on how it's built, and the grounds are super beautiful. So we're just going to take a quick tour. Originally 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's still 4 bedrooms, 2 bath. We'll get to take a look at them. 4 fireplaces, and originally built in 1911 for $3,000. I mean, think about that. It's listed today for, I don't know, $599. Sorry, thank you, camera lady. It's a really awesome house. It's got some funky quirks that you see in old houses, which I love. And then we'll just kind of walk through and see what we discover. So come on in. It is on the walking tour of historic residences in Redmond. It's not on the registry, but it is a place of interest on the walking tour. So just something to think about if you guys walk by. There's a great little plaque there that gives some information about the house. Let's take a look inside. So it's about 1/3 of an acre or more. Originally, this house encompassed the entire block, and he had his own clay tennis court, which is really cool. Back in the day, tennis was a big thing. So original rock wall, from what we can tell. A lot of us is making assumptions on what we know and what we don't know, and kind of what we discover as we walk through some of this old construction. So beautiful porch, extra big. I don't know if it had a wood porch originally, but it's got concrete pavers on it now. Nice and sturdy. It's very cool in the shade all summer. It's warm right now. It's about, I don't know, 95. So if you see me sweating, that's okay. Let's take a look on the inside. As we walk in, you can see what you would call a family room or a living room. That's one of the original fireplaces. However, it does have a gas insert. And you can tell it's original because this rock matches the original rock outside, even though it's been painted. And then part of the original mantle, I think this might have been an add-on. Funny things you see in old homes built in the turn of the century are sconce lighting and very little ceiling lighting. This has probably been added somewhere in the last 50 years. The windows have been mostly replaced. We'll see some of the original windows on the upstairs. This is something you don't see in houses very often, but in some of these older houses, this would be the formal dining room. And if you don't want to hear anybody, so super cool original double set of pocket doors. Appear to be original tracks, which is really awesome. When you come in the dining room, you see funny, cool stuff like this. I mean, back in the day, these would be gas lamps. I mean, before electricity hit town, they've been converted somewhere in the early 1900s, but they all have little pull switches like that, which is really cool. Most of the windows have been upgraded to vinyl just for efficiency, but they kept the look of the gridded window, the small grid windows from the original. The kitchen's been upgraded over the years. My guess would be these cabinets are sometime from the early 80s. And then just recently, maybe within the last 10 or 15 years, they did tile backsplash, granite counters, undermount sink, you know, gas stove, that kind of stuff. So the original configuration is probably fairly close to what it was back in the day. It's just been re-cabineted. A lot of those cabinets were really small, and you'd have like a drain board sink with a little ruffle around the side to cover the inside. So that's the kitchen. Really tall ceilings. A lot of homes of this vintage had ceilings that were, I mean, I could easily touch the ceiling in a lot of the older homes, especially here in Redmond. So this is very I mean, considered kind of posh that it has 9-foot plus ceilings. This is awesome. You guys got to check out this bathroom. This thing is amazing. I mean, it's purple. I mean, like purple. And then when we get past the purple, you can probably see me in the glass too. This was probably an add-on sometime, who knows when, but it's a fiberglass shower and it's brown. You don't see brown showers anymore. A brown toilet, and of course the signature wood toilet seat, which are always cool. But anyway, just cool stuff you find in old houses. Original doors, some of them upstairs, which is a lot of these doors, you know, the craftsmen of the day would actually cut and build these doors on site, just like the cabinet. So this is an original door, from what I can tell. Not the original hardware, but original door. Okay, we're gonna sneak through this dark kind of stairway hallway. Laundry facilities, so your washer and dryer would go here. You know, in 1911, there were no washer and dryers. I mean, you had clotheslines and a wash tub outside. So I have no idea what the history. In my mind, I'm thinking that the bathroom was the original washroom, probably where they had the old wash tub. A lot of them hand cranked. They were pretty cool. Anyway, we'll run upstairs and you still going? I'm hoping you guys can hear me. I'm trying my earbuds this time to see if you can hear me a little bit better versus the last time I've done these. Small, pretty wide staircase for its time. Short steps though, about a 6-inch rise on the steps, which is cool. Here's one of the original gems of this house, which are original single pane windows, wood, and they actually pop out. I'm not going to try it because they're probably painted shut at this point, but just some cool features original to the house. And if I'm going to sneak in this room, there's one room on the left, and we'll look at some of the cool features. They've painted this, but original door like we saw downstairs with an original doorknob. So that's really cool. I mean, it just spins at this point. They can actually get recreated parts for these and rehab these. It's really cool to do that. Try and keep some of the original flair. So one bedroom. It's kind of a bedroom. I don't know if you could call it a bedroom. It does have some built-in stuff. It's not really a closet, but be a great room, great office room. Anyway. We'll come to the pink room. You can kind of see the long hallway now. So that's facing the front door where we just came in originally. Here's some original pictures of this house from back in the day. And you can see that's probably the original owner and his wife in the snow with that rock wall in the front. There was one where you can see his tennis court. He was obviously having some kind of a tennis tournament. Really cool to see the history of a house when people leave it in the house. Gives you a clue on what's happened. So again, original door, original hardware. There's one that actually works. This has been pinkified, so probably a girl's room at some point in the near future. And when you see these vaulted, like attic style rooms, you'll find where they had the closets, which is where the roof comes down. So you end up with, you know, clothes and storage in the back. Pretty cool. It's a pretty big room. It's probably 13 by 14. I don't know if these are original windows. They're wood, so who knows? It's gone through, you know, many years of rehabilitation. Somebody had asked me before, you know, what's the deal with the big base? All these homes have huge base, some of them even taller. Back when they had electrical came into town, a lot of these homes didn't have electricity in the very, very beginning, and even throughout history of the United States. So what they would do is when they retrofit, they would take the original baseboard off, which was probably this size or smaller. They would cut into that, run the electrical, and then put the larger base on top of it, and you wouldn't have to repair the plaster. So just a side note there. Cool house. This is interesting. stair height, you know, most would think a handrail would be about 32. It's just part of the age and character of a house like this. So with the 4 bedrooms upstairs, there's 1 bathroom. And I have never seen a toilet like this, but it's super cool. So again, probably been upgraded sometime in the late 70s or 80s just because of the oak cabinetry. But it's a single bath, or single sink, original, looks like an original clawfoot tub. May have been resurfaced at one time. Some of those were either a different color or just so old they need to be resurfaced. But check out this toilet. I mean, not to mention the cool oak toilet seat. But I mean, this is the tank. I don't want it broken. I don't want to mess it up. But yeah, it's got the original. Well, it doesn't have original guts, but holy smokes, does it even work? Oh yeah. That's like 4-gallon flusher right there. Those are awesome. I'm not sure, and the question was asked earlier, why is this door so low? I don't know. I'm assuming this is the master, so it has access, but it has access from the hallway. But I mean, I'm 5'11", and I definitely have to duck through this. I think this is considered the master. You've got 2 closets on each side that actually come together, and one of the original fireplaces. So 4 fireplaces, and this is one of the original fireplaces. So it's been painted, which is fine, probably an original top, but actually wood fireplace. There's a stick holding the damper shut right now, just to keep the cold air from coming in, or hot air from coming in. But you know, super cool to see an original fireplace on the 2nd floor. Rare, very rare. And I mean, all this for $3,000 back in 1911. Okay, a couple more rooms to check out. The blue room, again, original door. These closet doors aren't original though. I mean, that's again where you have that gable style framing, and then you use that slope part as your closet. Oh, yeah, quick. So I'm going to sneak down here. But you can see under this mat, this is the original flooring for the 2nd floor. And back originally, you would have, this would be your actual floor. They painted them a lot of times. Some of them had clear coat, most of them were painted, and then they would use area rugs. So what you see, all the carpeting is not obviously original carpeting, but you would have, you know, open kind of slatted floors as your 2nd floor. And your 1st floor for that matter. Careful. Anyway, this room also has a fireplace. Extremely rare. Original brick that's been painted. It's blocked off now with some styrofoam, but you know, with the right heating contractor, I bet you could probably still use these. Pretty awesome room. Okay, last room for upstairs. Again, kind of a short door, but an original door, so, you know, maybe this originally was storage. I'm actually going on top of, I'm standing like right on top of the front door right now. I'm getting dirty. And this is over the porch. There's a step right there. So it could have been a storage space at one time, but looks like most recently it was an office. But what a cool office. You can see the Catholic Church across the street and some of the original grounds. But I could definitely work in this. This would be an awesome office. A little tight over here, but put your desk right here and look right out the windows. That would be super cool. Awesome fluorescent lights. That's sweet. Anyway, I don't know what else you guys want to see. You want to run outside real quick? Check it out? Head nod. Okay, let's move fast because people are probably getting bored. But I've always wanted to come inside this house. I've been driving by it for 30 years. You can hear some of the floor squeaks. Let's sneak out the back. I mean, that's a single pane glass. I looked for those features. Was this an original door? Maybe. Single pane glass, so it wasn't insulated. It does have a 2-car garage, oversized, which is cool, with a shop in the back. Fortunately, I don't have the keys for it right now, so we can't see that. Did we go in the living room? We never went in the living room. We'll get back to that. We'll go in the living room. Come on. So garage and then a workshop back here. I apologize for not having access to that, you guys. It's kind of a bummer. But a cool little like English style garden with a fountain, little storage unit or whatever, lawnmower, etc. So yeah, even though it's a huge yard, it is kind of broken up into little areas, clean areas, private areas that are really nice. Covered overhang here. I could see like a wet bar out here. This would be awesome. The workshop does have heat and plumbing. Had a big wash basin in there. I could look through the windows. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, just the old style construction with the corbels, the small pane glass windows, the 4-inch lap siding. Super cool old style construction. And one thing we can probably look over here. Kind of hard to see, but in some of this old downtown construction, they didn't have poured foundation walls. They used stone, local stone that we have, which is this lava rock, and then they would mortar it together as your foundation. It's hard to say if this has a basement or not. There's no access inside the house, but it's getting a little hot. Want to go inside the living room? Okay, yes. Whew, it's a lot cooler in here. So we came in this front door right here. You have your family room, what we're calling a family room, dining room, and then this is a living room, a very grand living room. This is huge. This basically goes from the front of the house all the way to that bathroom. And I don't know how many feet, but we're probably close to 30 feet in depth, maybe 16 feet wide. Original fireplace, and someone put red lights in here. Super cool for Christmas, I guess. Original stone hearth has been painted, and then this one has been outfitted with a gas insert, which is totally fine. It makes it easy to turn on. But super cool details. I mean, all this stone was more than likely hand cut on site back in the early 1900s. Anyway, does anyone have any questions? I don't know if anyone's watching live or not. If the beautiful camera lady sees anyone have pop-up questions or want to see anything else, we can go check it out. But otherwise, that about wraps up the tour of this house, 511 Southwest 12th Street, old historic home in downtown Redmond. Hope you guys all have a great day, and we'll talk to you next time.